Good morning. Yeah, the weather's changing. Had to put on my Levi Sherpa trucker jacket to get stay a little warm and get back into flannel season too. Gonna put out some trail cams today and just scope out what I have going on in my backyard in preparations for hunting. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Up in my backyard and getting ready for hunting season coming up in about 3 weeks. And I want to set some trail cams out just to see what kind of wildlife I do have coming through the back end of my property. So we're going to go ahead and set some up, pick some trees. I like to get a video record of where I'm putting them because sometimes I forget where I put them. And these trail cameras will blend in so well with the environment. Takes me a couple of trips out here to find them all. So this way it gives me a video record of where I'm putting them. I've got some trails going through right here. I'm going to go ahead and put some, let's put one down there. I'll put camera number 2 on this Madrone tree. Look at this. I can come up here and harvest some bark for my tea. Madrone bark. It makes a good tea. Get this situated. And activate it. Now these trail cameras I featured in another show. I did a product review on them. I bought a set of 3 at a local box store that we have. That's a regional brand. So yeah, I'll be able to find that one, no problem. Let's go up to the next tree. There's another path up here that I noticed is heavily traveled by wildlife. So let's go up here. Oh, that's interesting. This is all fresh and new. This log has been torn up. I'm thinking bear. Boy, they really do a good job at these old rotten logs trying to get all the grubs out of them and turning them down into forest floor mulch. Good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to put camera number 3 over here. I think it's if it'll fit. Oh my God, I look like a tree hugger. Oh, come on. There's got to be a better way. This tree is so big. No, can't get it. It's too big. I can't get it on there. Let's try this littler tree. How about this one right here? I want it pointing towards that log because I've got a really active trail, a couple of trails coming through here. And I really want to see what is coming back here. Because I noticed a spot yesterday when I was posting my no trespassing signs that part of my fence was really laid down, like something big kept climbing over it, and I think, you know what, might be a bear. We do have them out here. We've got them all. We've got bear, we have wolf, cougar, let's see, put it up here. We have cougar, let's see, bear, wolf, cougar, fox, A lot of deer. Turn that one on. And I'll come out here in a couple of weeks and check these. And what's nice about these is they have a date stamp and time stamp on the file, so I can check out the cameras. One more camera to place. There's another big trail up here. Yeah, there's some sign, some scat, and there's some bones over there scattered about. I remember the day when that deer came onto the property. My wife and I were working on our back deck when we got the house set, and we were assembling everything, and I was working on the decking, and my wife came out and got my attention and showed me this deer that came over from the front earlier, just moments before. We heard out on the road, and it's like, oh, deer. Yeah, exactly. Well, that thing came over and was limping with a broken leg, took a drink out of our pond and disappeared up here. Wasn't until, a year later, I don't get up here very much, that I found it right here. Yeah, dead. So one of my residents posted on our community page that she was looking for skulls. Well, I had a lot of deer skulls around my property, so I've been making note of where they were at, and she wanted to do an art project, so I went and gathered up all these skulls and put them out by my gate and let her know that they were there for her. I think I had about 5 or 6 skulls, and that's one thing that alerted me to the fact that if you've seen yesterday's post about posting no trespassing signs, that's one thing I found, that I did have a trespasser, because there was a deer skull hung on my marker that marks the apex of my mountain, and that indicated that wasn't me. I'm the only one in my family that comes up here. But apparently somebody else comes up here, and then there's the one day I come up and the post was actually completely pulled out of the ground and just laying there. Now that could have been an animal. That could have been an animal that done that. But an animal would pick up a deer skull and hang it appropriately on that spike. No. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and put the other camera up here. That way I know it's right by the bones. And when I'm looking for my cameras later, I know where I put them. I hope I don't catch any trespassers on these, because the property is now posted no trespassing. And one of my viewers, when I this morning, I posted that live this morning, and a viewer that looks at my channels up in a northern county here in our state mentioned that in their county, and I think it's just per county, if you post a no trespassing, no hunting sign, if you post your property no hunting, he indicated that their county says that means you can't even hunt on your property. And okay, I don't know what the regulations is for our county, but our county is not as politically liberal as his county. Turn that on. This is camera number 1. Sorry, he's having problems with that. So my resolution for that, for me, is the day I come out hunting on my own land, I'll just remove the signs. And I'll do a video record of it, that the signs are removed, and I'll drop the no hunting for the day that I'm hunting out here. And so that should clear up any confusion. And then that way I'll just put the signs back up after I bag my protein. Now, look at this gem. This is the biggest Madrone tree I have on my property. That thing's huge. And it's bark like this that I harvest. And it comes off, and I just wash it and dry it. And then I put it in a tea bag and steep it in hot water and make a tea out of it. This is good stuff. Look, it's got that smooth bark underneath, and then this time of year this just comes right off. Yes, good tea. Well, hopefully that just taking down the signs for the day will show that there's hunting here, but I'm locked and loaded here too, and if there's a trespasser on my property, I'll just give them a shout out and say, hey, find your own place to hunt. I might come up with a bag and harvest some of this stuff. Cool. What do you think, what critter did that? I'm thinking bear. Yeah, that's the same area where I place the cameras where I go harvest my morel mushrooms. I've been skunked the last couple of years, have not found any, and I think because of my mountainside, and it's a eastern sloping mountain, I'm thinking that maybe the drought is just too doggone dry for mushrooms. And this is also the area right here where I want to build my tree house, and that can double as a hunting stand if I want it to. And speaking of which, I'm going to go down to the outfitters and get me one of those tents, nice chair, set it up down here, and then that way I could see across and watch the livestock, depending on what or watch the wildlife come through, and depending on what my cameras reveal. If there's a nice baggable buck, then there you go. I can load my freezer up, and my family and I are good for protein for the year. Well, that's a wrap on this episode. Just setting out the trail cams and planning strategies. I hunted 1 year only, and this will be the second time ever in my life I will get to hunt. Yeah, never been an avid hunter, but man, tough times call for extenuating circumstances. At least I got my hunting license, I got my fishing license, I'm ready to go. Well, I'm Jerry Hansen, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. We're located geographically west-southwest of Crater Lake National Park. Please stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing, then clicking that bell icon. That alerts you to new videos as I do upload them. Give us a thumbs up, click that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms helps us out. Be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye now.